Welcome back, crew, to another installment of Tales from the Ship. It's peak season right now for First Mate Steph and myself as we gear up for our voyage on the MSC World America out of Miami on Saturday. And we will be back once again to the MSC Seashore out of Port Canaveral on December 4th. Please reach out if you or anybody you know will be on either one of those sailings and would like to share your tales. Continuing our series from Halloween on the High Seas, on board the beautiful Disney Dream, this week, we talk travel with Chrystal and Victoria of Love the Mouse. Let's check out what they had to share. If you get a little closer to your mouth, you can talk a little softer and it's more legible, but if you have just a normal talking voice anywhere within like 6 to 10 inches away from your face is fine.
So like my loud talking voice.
If you want to project, you can have it way back
no,
here.
No,
talk
thanks.
right at it.
I don't want the whole ship to know. I will keep my mom voice.
There you go.
At
The
a minimum.
mom voice.
Yes.
It's perfect.
That would have been a good theme for Disney podcast. Parent voices only.
I thought you were going to say Pixar moms.
Here we are. I don't have a parent voice.
No, because she doesn't count.
Rude.
Well, welcome to the Tales from the Ship podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm First Mate Steph, or Steph.
I'm Dan, Captain Dan, on the show only. Unfortunately. And we're joined by
My name's Chrystal.
My name is Victoria.
Chrystal and Victoria.
Welcome. So we are
Thank
on
you.
the Disney Dream, having a blast. Unfortunately, it's the last day, but you know, it's been a good time. Halloween cruises are fun.
They are fun.
Yeah, we haven't got
fun.
to do that before.
No, it's our first Disney cruise.
This is my first Halloween on the High Seas cruise. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Same here. Yep.
Yeah. How far did you guys travel to get here?
I'm from South Carolina,
Okay, not too
so
bad.
not too far.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm from Utah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Utah.
either a hell of a drive or a good flight.
Not a drive. It's about a 4.5 hour flight. So not too bad.
That's not bad.
It's a direct, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So like, I would assume, right? You're a Disney fan.
Yeah.
Is it a pain being a Disney fan and living in Utah? Because like, LA and Orlando are far away.
Yes, it is.
I can imagine, like, we live an hour from Disney and we don't ever go, but it's there. We know about it. I went as a kid because my family all worked there, and we have plenty of friends whose families work there. But like, I just, like, when I talk to people and they're like, oh, like, there were people like from Israel last night and Venezuela, and I was like, that was really far away. I just would never think to travel that far, especially, and they probably did more than just fly here for a cruise and then leave. They probably went to Disney or went to
Right.
Orlando, but like, I can't imagine going that far and just being like, well, that's it.
People travel that far to just go on cruises, let alone a Disney cruise.
Yeah, it's weird. I just can't imagine.
We're spoiled.
We are.
Yeah, where I grew up, you have to travel to go anywhere, basically, because winters are really cold and snowy, and you want to get away from it. So it's usually an airplane or a pretty decent drive. So for me, it's really no difference. We always just prioritized traveling away for vacations, and it just happened to be Disney. I grew up a Disney kid, and now I'm a Disney adult raising Disney kids. So
So Utah is like home. That's where you're from. You didn't transplant there. That's where you're from.
that born and raised Northern Utah, yes.
Utah is apparently a hidden beauty.
It's America's best kept secret. It's the most beautiful state in the country.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that is what we used to live in Colorado,
Okay.
and we never made it over to Utah.
50% beautiful.
50%
dirt.
Yes.
I've been to Colorado once for a Rockies game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lived.
Ooh, then you got to go to Denver. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not my favorite. I noticed I said once.
That's fair. We never drove to the west side of Colorado. We drove in from Florida when we moved there, and like the east half is all just plains because it's Midwest. But then the west half is all the mountains, and we just lived in this. We lived in Colorado Springs, so we were right on the mountains. And that was really cool.
And it's
So.
beautiful up there too. With
Yeah.
mountains pretty much look the same. So
Yeah.
The year we lived there was also very hard because like how are we gonna go on a cruise now? We live so far away. Like, we were looking at maybe like California cruises just because the flights were shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or driving because Steph doesn't like flying.
No, not a big fan. And you're from South Carolina, so we're in South Carolina.
I live in Greenville, South Carolina,
Oh.
but I actually grew up in New England. So,
Okay.
yeah, I've been in South Carolina for about 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a drivable distance to Disney
Yeah.
and to Florida. So,
Yeah. Greenville's rough. It's busy there.
We just had to pass through there on our way to Tennessee.
okay.
And it was really just I have an EV and I had to charge, and trying to get to a charger was awful. It was busy.
Greenville's growing a lot.
And like the only
Yeah.
thing I know about Greenville is the hockey team, like the Swamp
The
Rabbits.
Swamp Rabbits,
The Swamp
yeah.
Rabbits, like, so that's all I knew about them is because I'm an Orlando fan, and so like I'm just like, oh, it's Swamp Rabbit territory. I don't like this, and then trying to get to a charger was something. Went to one, didn't work. Went to another, didn't work. It's a lot busier than I ever expected it to
yeah,
be.
it's definitely grown in the last few years for sure,
Yeah.
but I love it. It's great. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, cruises. You said this is your second Disney?
No,
No.
this is my 8th Disney
Right.
cruise.
Wow.
You have the 2 bands. You need a third band.
I need a third band. Yeah, my 8th and my 2nd in a month. So yeah,
Wow.
Well, nice. We have not a Disney cruise. We have another one in 2 weeks.
awesome.
Yeah.
All
we
about it.
have a week long, so thankfully we get to be on a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So, have you had anything interesting or super memorable happen on this cruise? Outside of any other cruise? When you cruise a lot, it's kind of all blends together sometimes, but...
Yeah, this cruise, it's my first time on the Dream.
Mhm.
So seeing the adult area has been really awesome, especially without kids, to be able to really enjoy that
Yeah.
and just relax. This is only my second cruise since I've had my second cruise without kids since I've had kids.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's been really fun to just kind of be an adult on a cruise and
Yeah.
not have any responsibilities but
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, that's us every time, so I understand
Yeah.
the allure.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my second time on this ship.
Okay.
It's currently my favorite on the Disney cruise ships.
Okay.
So I've really enjoyed just being back on it, but the Halloween sailing is new for me, so that's super exciting. Seeing
It's a
the
lot of
Halloween
fun.
stuff. Yeah. And just everyone we're with a big group on this trip, so that's been super fun too. But
Is it so you guys are with Love the Mouse Travel, right?
we
Yes.
are, yes.
Is like your whole group just from them? Like just the travel agents?
It's some travel agents and then friends and family.
Okay.
So it's a good group, yeah. But there's a lot of us.
Yeah, Kristen said like 75 of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Most we ever did was we did 28 last October but it was like it's our close friend group, and we all went, and then that was a blast. I can't imagine having 75 of us hooligans on a cruise ship together. That would be insane.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you see somebody you know. And
It is. It's fun.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
been
awesome.
And we all live all over, so it's nice to see people.
Yeah,
But,
be able to
yeah.
have like a little. I know. I had just had a part-time job interview for this one company, and they were taking all of their employees on the Utopia of the Seas as like hey, thanks for working for us. And I was like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah, Utopia is pretty awesome.
That's what I've heard. We haven't been on Royal Caribbean in a long time. We do a lot of Virgin, a lot of MSC. Just be like Virgin for the perks of no kids, and then MSC because their pricing is unmatched with just being able to get on like a weekend and go. It's we have unlimited drinks and Wi-Fi, and it's like $1,000.
It's a cheap local cruise. Their private island is really nice, but I would choose Virgin any other time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the allure for Disney. I've told everybody I've spoken to about this. This is the cleanest cruise ship I've ever been on.
Oh, really?
It is
Yeah.
spotless. And I know it's an older ship, but like even some of the areas you can see that are a little bit worn, it's still clean. Like it's spotless. There's not dust. I don't see a lot of like rust spots, which ships get rusty real quick in the salt. It's incredible how meticulously maintained this thing is.
And kids are messy, and it is still.
Yeah.
For sure.
Crazy clean.
The standard, I always tell people, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
It's worth the money. We did, I did the Treasure 7-night Western Caribbean with my family in August, and it's brand new. And this ship looks in just about as good as condition as that one, you know?
That's crazy.
So
That's awesome.
It's across the whole fleet.
Yeah.
So it's awesome, like that way.
Yeah, when we were on our balcony earlier and we watched the Wonder next to us pull in, I was like, that is a big boat. But then I was thinking about, right? And like, there's a lot of people, they're like, man, like the one thing I hear from people is like, man, I really wish I could go on a Disney cruise. I wish I could do it or whatever. And I was like, I wonder how many people on that boat are jealous. And then you see the Margaritaville on the other side of us. I'm like, I wonder how many people on that boat are jealous. Just to look at the different ships, and it's really interesting.
Yeah, I was on the Magic a few weeks ago, and that's Disney Cruise Line's first ship, and same thing. You wouldn't know that it's 26 years old.
That's crazy.
It's amazing.
Dang.
So
we did one. It was last February, and the ship was from '98, and so I was like, oh, I was 7 when that thing came out, and it looked it like it wasn't like rusty, but it was just. So a lot of like MSC's cruises, the ships are bigger. Now Virgin ships are smaller, but there's less people. But like, it was just a small boat, and there was nothing to do. And so we're like, wow, this is like crazy, the difference in like the older ships. But it goes out of Tampa, and you have to go underneath the bridge. So all the ships out of Tampa are very small, especially in comparison. So
yeah,
but yeah. I mean, do you guys have any? I was travel agents. Do you have any tips or tricks for people like cruising?
100% work with someone that is familiar with cruising, because ships matter.
Yes.
Ships, sailings, they matter.
Yeah.
And trying to go it alone is super overwhelming.
Yes.
You know, and even though Disney only has, you know, the 6, 7 it'll be 7 this winter ships, they still are so different in what they can offer you. And so my number one tip is, whether it be a travel agent or a friend or somebody like that, work with someone that's familiar with the brand and knows what each ship can offer. Because I'm sure you guys feel the same way, that the ship totally will make or break your, and it matters.
We are always advocating for like use a travel agent, because like,
that's free.
I finished.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. I finished my master's, and I was bored because I had free time, and so I was like, well, so I used to work for the Department of State, and I was a travel agent there, and so I was like, well, we cruise a lot, so I was like, I'll just do this, whatever, and it's just like a side thing that I do, mainly for like our friends and family to help them out with that, and there's like little things, so. And the reason that we came on Disney was because I had a friend reach out and they wanted to book Disney, and I was like, I don't know anything about them. I mean, I know a little bit, like, you're going to have a great time, but I didn't. So I told him, I was like, when I find a good deal, like, we have to go. He said, that sounds great. And, but if you ask me to like book an MSC cruise, I can pull up a deck map. I can tell you like, this room's going to have a bigger balcony. This is going to be better, blah, blah, like MSC and Virgin are my bread and butter because that's what we usually cruise. And so our friends will come to us like when they want go on a cruise, and same thing. I'm like, dude, it's free. Just let me do it for you. I will give you options. And I've had people, they'll go, okay. I had somebody, I gave them all the options they were looking for, all of this. I said, this is how much it's going to be. They turned around and booked it themselves. They had issues. And I was like, this is why. Because you could have just called me and I could have just handled it for you. And instead, like, I think they paid a little bit more money. They didn't get any extra perks. They didn't, all of the things. I'm just like, it's free, dude. You just had to send me an email back saying, I want this one. And we would have got it handled. And he works with me. So he's in the office next to me. And he came back one day at work. He's like, guess what I did? And I was like, what? He's like, I booked it. And I was like,
yeah. I find with people too, they'll say, oh, well, we've been to Disney World, we kind of know what we're doing, and it's like cruising is
different,
is so not a theme park, and or they'll say, oh, well, cruising's a lot more basic than the theme park, so what do you actually do for us? And it's like,
yeah, you don't need a passport to go to Disney World.
No. And when you're investing this much money in a vacation, do it with somebody. You wouldn't just go make investments with your money in a financial portfolio without consulting a professional.
Right.
So, do the same with your vacation money.
Yeah.
Consult someone. It's free. And if they're telling you need to pay, go find someone that's free, because
Right.
you shouldn't be paying for a travel agent.
Yeah. We tell people, I'm like, just use a travel agent. And I tell my friends, I'm like, I don't care if it's not me. Like, use someone, because you get nothing but perks.
You're already paying for it anyway,
Right.
and the
Yeah.
cost of your trip, and people don't know that. And I think people also are like, oh, I want full control. I like to book it myself. I'm like, you can still have full
Right.
control if you want full control, or if you need help with things, I can help you with things. But
Yep.
you're paying for one whether you use one or not.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of my trips, our best friend's mom is a travel agent, and a lot of my trips I just book through her, because I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. And I'll just call her and I'm like, hey, can you do that? Yeah. And she'll do it. And then little things like with our MSC World America cruise coming up, like we'll call her. I was like, hey, can you call and like just see if you can get me an upgrade? So she, she tried. It never happens, right? But like I can always ask. But I don't have to deal with that. I'm like, this is why I tell people to do this. It's just like, or my parents, or like my brother and them, I did all of this trip. They're like, well, what about this? And I was like, guys, we're going so I can learn the product. So don't ask me questions yet. Like, I know basics, but I was like, that's the point of, we were already going and then they tagged on. And I was like, that's why we were going, is so that we could learn Disney and then do the podcast. But so what about you? You got any good tips or tricks?
Yeah, I kind of echo that as well. Disney, I have clients who are sailing for the first time on Disney Cruise Line in a few months, and they've done the parks for years in and out. But this is uncharted territory, so I think I've shared just I can help as much or as little, be as hands-on or as hands-off as you want. But definitely using a travel agent and booking through them, because you're paying for one without realizing it. And I think so many people don't know that. When I have that conversation with people, with friends or family that are talking about going on vacations, I'm like, you're already paying for one, so why not use one? But I think just also knowing with Disney World, but also Disney Cruises, there's so much to do. You can relax, you can go, and it's really your pace and your vacations. You can do what you want, but there's so many things for you to do. Family, or we were talking earlier about kind of the adults only spaces. You don't have to have kids to be on Disney Cruise Line, especially the ship has amazing adults only spaces with so much going on. There's just so much to do.
Yeah, I think we spent most of our time in like the adult, whether it be like at Private Island.
Rainforest.
We were at
Serenity.
We were at Serenity Bay.
Yeah.
We immediately got on board and bought the thermal spa pass, and so
Rainforest,
like
yeah.
man, we do that on every cruise, and it's a great breakaway, and it's always so quiet and like relaxing, and so we after Animator's Palette, because it's a lot. It's a lot and it's loud. And my parents were like, well, we're going to go to the show. I was like, I'm going to go to Quiet. And all the hot tubs were closed because of lightning, except for the ones in Rainforest. So we just went up there and like just sat in a hot tub, the two of us. And I was like, oh, God, this is great.
Yeah.
This is everything I needed. So.
And they even have a lot of adult only offerings throughout the day, as far as like, there's adult only drawing classes, adult only crafts, that kind of stuff. And the more nights you're on the ship, the more they offer that. So, I mean, like I said before, on our 7-night treasure sailing, we sat by a family at dinner that was all adults, and we got talking to them one night, and they were like, we come to dinner because this is the first time we're seeing kids all day, because they just hop between the adult spaces to the adult things.
Smart.
And they really don't see the kids a lot. And so, I mean, it's for families, but there's so much. They've really branched into that adult market as well.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, it's I know we were talking with Kristen earlier, and she was saying about how with it being a shorter cruise, everybody's trying to get all the things in, so you see the kids a lot more, right? Because we were sitting here and Ariel came by. Well, there were tons of kids, right? But she was like, on the longer sailings, because you're not rushed to try and get in all the princesses and everything. Like the lines aren't as long. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because we had always heard, like, my dad makes the joke, because they love Disney cruises, and they'll go just the two of them, but he'll make jokes like they're basically, kids are in the walls. You don't see them. You don't, because they've always gone on like week longs. And so I think this is their first short one. And I was like, well, I mean, there's kids everywhere, but it's a Halloween one. And it's, quick weekend to get away. And I was like, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
definitely the price points vary, and those price points, I'm sure it's like with other cruise lines, when the price point is down, you see more kids, more families, just because it's more affordable.
Yeah, I mean, that was us. We saw it, and we saw a Florida resident rate, and it was like $1,500, and I was like, we're not gonna find that anytime soon.
Yeah,
and so we hopped
this
on.
price point got us on a Disney cruise.
exactly.
Because it had always been a like, I'd love to try it, but like, I'm a little poor for that. And it was great.
Yeah, I think that's another reason to work with the travel agent too, is because we kind of can see and know kind of trends of when more people are traveling. It tends to be more expensive. And if you're flexible with your dates and able to do that, I think that's a benefit as well. And booking as early as you can is always something that I always advise clients. I help people make payments throughout, so by the time your final payment comes, it's not as scary as you're doing little bits throughout the time. So I think there's a lot of other ways to do that too, but
and if you book during hurricane season, you always get the possibility of bonus days that you don't have to pay for
sure.
we have done that.
Canceled sailing.
Only the positives.
That was our friend cruise last year. We left port the day Milton spun up and was named, and Category 5 within 12 hours.
Oh my goodness.
And it was wild. I was like, oh wow, cool. Are we still doing it? I was like, I put the shutters up. My dogs are being watched. I'm fine. I don't care. This is the most Florida thing I could possibly do. Let's go. And then we go down to the Bahamas, and we got an extra day and a half at sea.
Wow.
But our parents were on the very next voyage, and their cruise just got canceled.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like, it was really great for us, but it sucked for them. And then my mom just kept texting me. She's like, get off my boat. I want to get on the ship. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm hiding right now.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's always the fun possibility of just getting extra days.
Or extra days at sea. I was just on the Disney Magic 3 weeks ago with Hurricane Erin, and we were supposed to go to Lookout Key, but the winds were too high, so we ended up having an extra day at sea. And they quickly had so many activities, and there's so much to do, and it was allowed us to really enjoy the ship more too.
Yeah.
Which was nice. So knowing I was coming back to Lookout in a few weeks made it a little easier.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
There's adjustments, and Disney Cruise Line does a great job of making adjustments with
that's
that
great.
too. So,
that's awesome. Yeah, we I really enjoyed Lookout Key being my first time. That was a
I
good
thought it was
time.
a really, really nice place.
Yeah, it was my first time at that private island, and I really enjoy Castaway Key, and I prefer Lookout Key.
Yeah.
To that, just a little bit more of an upbeat vibe that I think I like, with the music and the bigger splash area and that kind of stuff. Castaway's more of like that chill vibe, which is nice too. But I did enjoy Lookout. It was nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
I liked getting the warning ahead of time. Like, hey, by the way, this is not Disney's island. They own space on this very large island, and there's no fence. You could just keep walking, and you'll end up in the Bahamas. And so, just keep an eye out. I was like, that's actually kind of cool. That it's because we've been to Labadee and Haiti, which they're not really doing much at the moment due to just stuff that's going on with the government.
They've canceled a lot of those, right?
Yeah, they're just not sailing to Labadee right now. What is it, for like the foreseeable
at least
future?
March, but it'll keep getting canceled.
But it's the same kind of thing, except there's no fence.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. And I had a great time on the nature trail, because it goes down. It's not an adult beach, but if you could see the big like cliff rocks down at the far south end of the island, I think it was south, the trail goes all the way down there, and there's a little beach up under the cliffs.
Wow.
It's not like off limits. There's a sign that says, hey, no lifeguards, but this is a beach, and just like picturesque, nice, shady under the cliffs.
Wow.
It would have been the spot to go snorkeling, because everywhere else is just sand.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. And
That's
we were the only
awesome.
ones that got to see it. We didn't even have our phones.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I feel like Lookout really embodies the Bahamian culture in a different way too, which is very different from Castaway Key. Castaway Key I love as well. But this was my first time at Lookout too, and I really, really enjoyed that aspect to it. You really felt like you were in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And it was just beautiful. The water was so warm. The beaches were great.
Yeah, the water was great.
Yes.
The food was good too.
Food was really good. Yeah.
Food was good.
Normally on island food it's food. That food was good.
Yeah.
Definitely better than at Castaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was better. And the walk was not as bad as everyone on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook say. I was like okay, we'll be ready for it, you know.
Yeah.
And walking it, we timed it both ways, and we just strolled. We didn't rope drop walk. We didn't power walk. We were 11 and a half minutes, and it was not a bad
we looked
walk.
it up. It's like 0.6 mile.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're sailing with Stephanie's brother, sister-in-law, and our niece and nephew, and we lived down the street from them, conveniently exactly that distance. We walked to their house all the time. That's how far we walk the dogs in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, well, that's not that bad. And then on the way back, because they've got all those wagons, which was great
Yeah.
because my mom and I came back before him and my dad, because him and my dad went and walked the nature trail. And so my dad's like, hey, can you take my cooler bag and can you take my snorkel gear? And I was like, yeah, sounds great. So we just got off the tram, grabbed one of those wagons, threw all of our stuff in it, and just dragged it back because I was like, I'm not carrying it. If I have the option to have this free wagon, great.
For sure. And I love the option to walk. So you're
Yeah.
not waiting forever
Yeah.
for a shuttle to take you back or
Yeah.
something like that. It was nice.
Yeah. I
Pretty.
didn't mind it.
Yeah, it's
at
better
all.
than having a tender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
better. Way better.
Yeah, because it was just like, okay, cool. Now I'll get off, and we just started walking, and you know, I don't know. I like walking along the water. I told my mom, I was like, it's really blue, and like I would love to just jump into it, but like also I wouldn't. I would not.
Yeah.
As soon as I did, I was like, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
But like I was like, it's just so blue, and I always love walking along the piers because it's always way more blue.
Yeah.
So
Well, and it was such an incredible view of the ship.
yeah,
One that you're not going to get at any other port,
no.
to be honest. I mean, even at Castaway, you see the back of the ship.
Okay.
So you're not going to get that view of the ship in any other port unless you tender.
Yeah.
And you might be lucky from a beach somewhere to get a view of a ship like that. So it was beautiful walking back for content, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but it was nice to see the ship all out in
Yeah.
its glory. And
Yeah, and I like it because there's like here, right? You walk outside and like you can see it, but then you've got that boat and that like it was just that and water. Nothing else. There was nothing in the background, and I really liked that. I took a bunch of pictures of it.
Good.
Yeah, I was like, that's just
Share 'em
pretty.
away.
It's just pretty.
There's a great view from the top of the nature trail, too.
Yeah.
Because it goes up to where the lighthouse actually is, and you're just looking across the island, but the ship is in full view. There's nothing obstructing it at all, just across the wall with a little bit of foreground.
Yeah. I was in a cabana over at the family beach for most of the day. We went over to the shopping and the family beach and wandered around, and it was super fun. But the cabana was definitely, it was nice. I've never done that before.
Did you
Probably
fit
won't do it again.
75 people in that cabana?
Oh, no.
No.
I was like,
No. We happened to luck into one.
Okay.
There were 10 of us in
Okay.
that cabana.
that's not too bad.
Yeah. No, it
They're
was
big.
wonderful. They're huge.
We walked past the ones on the way to Serenity Bay, and I was like, wow. Like, one of
Yeah.
them was, I think the sign had like 8 family names on it. And I was like,
That
might
might
have
have been
been
one of our
ours.
other groups. We did have
It
one
was-
in Serenity Bay as well.
But
Yeah.
it had like a big, like it was like a cabana, and then it had a whole patio.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's really cool. Because we did one, we did a big family cruise, and on MSC, we got a cabana, and you're supposed to have, I think, 8 people. There was 12 or 13 of us. And like it's just a spot on the beach. We just need a place to put all our stuff. And like we had our grandparents with us, so they needed a spot. And, and so we had that, but those cabanas were awesome. Were they AC'd on the inside? Probably not. Or
They were
just fans?
not. There were fans, but the breeze on that side of the island was beautiful. I mean, you
great.
couldn't have asked for a better beach day yesterday.
No,
No,
it was great.
great.
It was great. I stayed out there for a little while. Probably I was only out there for like 2 hours, but my mom and I are heat. Like we don't do great with heat. So
Yeah.
we did like 2 hours. We were in the water, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. And he went for a walk, and my mom and I walked back, and it was easy. It's great.
It was a nice temperature, not too hot. I thought not too hot yesterday, but
Yeah.
yeah, I spent my time at Serenity Bay
Yeah.
yesterday, and it was so peaceful. It was so nice. I loved that everything was so close too. The food
Yeah.
was super close to the
right
beach,
there.
which was great. There was a bathroom, there was a bar, and it wasn't far from the main shops and all the other things too. So it was easy to explore. But
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the exquisite boardwalk.
yes,
Yeah,
It was
the board
incredible.
So nice. I was so glad it wasn't just walking through sand.
yes,
Or concrete. Like
Yep.
having the board. It was just a nice touch. And all the plants. It was a beautiful
Definitely.
island. Really
It
liked
was.
it.
Yep.
So
I like how they handed out cold towels at the end of the pier.
Oh yeah, that
Brilliant.
was so nice.
It was great.
I took mine and put it. He's
I
got
just
the.
put it in the cooler.
I
Took
put
it with
it in
us.
the cooler because there was ice and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
so when I got hot, I was able to put it on me, and I put it back in the cooler.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hot
that's
tip.
a really good idea.
Hot tip if
Yeah.
you're carrying a little cooler, a little beer purse, as I call it. Put a washcloth in there. You got yourself a cold towel all day.
Yeah,
There you
cold
go.
towers are nice. The water, they have water too in different stations
Yeah.
throughout the walk, but also
Yep.
when you get back on the ship. So that's
Yeah, I made jokes that
good,
it was
too.
like a marathon because everybody complains about how long the boardwalk is, and I was like, it's so long they had to add water stations.
Yeah.
You know, you say that like a marathon, but apparently at Castaway they do a 5K.
They do.
It's
They
one of the
do
short
a
events.
5K.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I guess they're setting up to do the same thing at Lookout.
I hope we saw some signs,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope they do.
I think
So,
the
it
trail
would
they
be
set
fun.
up would be really perfect for it.
Yeah, the Castaway one. Have you done it?
I have not. I thought of it, but I haven't done it yet.
My only tip, if you're going to run a 5K at one of the private islands, regardless, is get off first thing
Early, yes.
and get it done.
Yep.
Fair,
Because
yeah.
even in January, it was just,
Wonderful.
yeah, there comes Goofy.
There comes
that everybody can hear.
Goofy.
Skeleton Goofy is in the house for
That was
everyone that you can
wonderful.
hear.
That's amazing.
Something else I love about Disney Cruise Lines. Characters just popping up out of
I
nowhere.
The
love
characters
that.
just showing
Yeah.
up is great.
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just sitting there walking around. I did. I told him I was like, I noticed like Snow White because that was my favorite Disney princess growing up. Nowhere to be seen.
No,
I've
there's
not seen her.
the one thing about Disney Cruise Line is they don't have every character.
Yeah.
However, the ones that they do have usually are pretty rare too. So like Captain Hook and Smee on Pirate Nights usually come out. Jack Sparrow, on our Treasure, it was the genie. He was,
Oh.
and to see the genie in the park is like super, super rare. And if you do, the line is
Long.
long. We waited 25 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. So the characters and like we just said, they're here in their Halloween costumes. If
Yeah.
you go to a Halloween party in the parks, you're waiting upwards of 60 to 90 minutes.
time, yeah.
Sanderson sister, Minnie, Clarabelle, and Daisy
Oh,
is the
that's
Sanderson
so
sisters.
cute.
I think
Yeah.
at Disneyland, at Oogie Boogie Bash last year, there was like almost a 3-hour wait to see them, and our friend waited 35 minutes.
That's
so
insane.
when you
It's like half a
Look
day.
at it.
I mean, I know a lot of people go to the Disney parks for like way more than 8 hours. But
well,
like,
it's half your party time.
but yeah.
that they were there for just the
you're
party,
just
and it's half your
standing
party
there.
time, just standing there waiting to meet characters. So
That's crazy. This is the shortest line I've seen for a character so far. We even Mulan was here earlier, and then
Saw her,
Ariel
yep.
came by.
Mulan drew a crowd.
Yeah,
She had quite the line.
my niece met her and has not seen the movies, and then she was asking her dad about her, and I was like, "She's the best of the Disney princesses because she is just
Agreed.
she is
Agreed.
She's not a princess. She's a war hero.
she's a yeah."
Yes.
And I was like, "Oh, now we're gonna go watch Mulan when we get home."
Yeah.
So I told her, I was like, we're gonna watch that, but she like watching all the characters, like sitting here right at the cafe, like they do all those, and I stood up earlier and they had the Sanderson sisters down there in front of the tree, and I was like, oh, this is it's just fun.
Did
And
the-
then watching
Did the
the
kids ever find Mushu?
no, Mushu's apparently missing and hidden somewhere on the ship,
Oh.
or Mulan. So my niece and nephew were trying to find him, but
Okay.
they don't know anything about him, so they don't know what to look for.
I'm sure he looks like.
Like you'll find a tiny red dragon somewhere,
Somewhere, yeah.
but
He's-
yeah,
He's hidden in some of the art.
yeah.
You know, there was a red thing out there. I didn't know if it was a piece of confetti. It was on the front of that thing. It was red.
Oh.
Might have just been confetti though, but you never know.
Who
with
knows?
Disney.
It's everywhere. There's just hidden stuff everywhere. It's great. So
It's next level.
it is.
Definitely next level.
So, do you guys have anything else? Or we can let you get back to enjoying your.
Thanks for having
I would
us.
say your
it's
day at
That's
sea,
awesome.
but it's. We don't ever get off in Nassau, so.
It is a day at sea for
It's
sure.
basically a day at sea.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep. I'm sure there's lots to do here, just nothing that interests me.
One of these days, I'm gonna have enough spare money that I can go play the golf course. over at, I think it's on the Atlantis property. But
Until then, Goofy Golf is
Yeah.
on the 12th
Yeah.
deck,
Yeah.
and it is
Yes.
included with the price
It
of your cruise.
it is
Yes.
included because I think
9
that golf
holes.
course is $500 or $600 a person.
All
It's a
right.
lot.
All right. Well,
And I'm not even that good at golf.
you'll get there.
Nah.
He's
I
like,
prefer
I'm
to
okay
be
with
bad
that.
at it. I can let it go.
Okay. That works.
So, well, there's nothing else from you guys. We really appreciate you coming on and giving
Yeah,
us some
thank
tips and
you.
tricks.
Sure, thanks for having us.
And
Yeah. Till next time,
till next time,
calm seas.
clear skies.